It's like, you have the probe or whatever.
Ryan Garcia linking up with David Benavidez ahead of the Mario Barrios fight sounds like one of those gym stories that looks good on paper. But once you understand what's really going on behind the scenes, it starts to feel a lot more serious than just hype. This isn't camera-friendly sparring or social media content. This is Ryan learning real fight knowledge from a guy who lives in pressure. Benavidez has been breaking down the Philly show with him. Not the flashy Instagram version, but the gritty, functional kind that lets you slip shots in tight spaces and fire back without resetting your feet.
Now, let's talk about this footage where David Benavidez is throwing strikes at Ryan, and Ryan is trying to do the silly shell, trying to roll his shoulder, and then return with an uppercut, just like we said in the war room. If he can perfect the silly shell, everybody's going to be in a world of hurt. If he perfects it, because he has the hand-eye coordination and reflexes to make you miss like that. If he perfects it as far as punching out of it with an uppercut, you don't see him throw uppercuts like that. Like bam, bam. If he perfect it, jab and dip, jab, left hook. If he perfect it, he's a problem.
And that matters for Ryan, because speed alone won't always save you. Then there was that speed challenge moment that turned heads in the gym. Ryan is known as one of the fastest fighters in boxing, yet here's David, a much bigger man. Keeping pace, matching reactions, staying right with him. That's not normal. That's elite genetics mixed with insane timing.
It's crazy how David Benavidez, as a cruiserweight, can even keep up with Ryan Garcia as a welterweight. And really, Ryan Garcia is the fastest fighter in the game. And still, David Benavidez, Ryan Garcia doing a speed challenge, and David Benavidez is keeping up.
You could actually feel Ryan's respect shift in real time. Like, okay, this dude moves like that at this size. Training with someone who can pressure you, keep up with your speed, and still think while throwing volume is exactly what Ryan needs before facing a durable, composed fighter like Barrios.
Listen, Ryan Garcia is faster than David Benavidez, and he should be. And Ryan Garcia being as fast as he is, I just think it's more impressive to me that the Mexican monster.
This isn't about Ryan copying Benavidez's style. It's about sharpening instincts under fire. And when you see Ryan absorbing lessons instead of trying to outshine them, that's when you know this camp is different.
It's like, you have the probe or whatever.
Then Ryan finishes explaining the whole illusion, misdirection, magician at work angle, almost daring you to guess where the real grind is happening. And that's when Joe Goossen steps in and flips the entire temperature. Now you're not hearing from a fighter protecting mystique. You're hearing from a coach protecting principle. When Joe talks about being stupefied, it doesn't sound bitter. It sounds genuinely confused, like someone who thought respect was still the default language in boxing.
The call for Mario Barrios was like, what fool would turn that down?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, it would be absurd. Well, look, Ryan could be breaking down, looking at a fight, breaking down the tape. He's no dummy. These guys all look at each other and say, oh, if I only got in the ring with him, I could capitalize on this or that. I'm not going to give Ryan any idea.
That's old school logic crashing into new school drama. I love how Joe keeps bringing it back to class, mentioning how Barrios handled himself against Manny Pacquiao. He's telling you what kind of fighter earns his respect before he ever earns his time. When Joe breaks down defense, tightening screws, eliminating mistakes, that's Goossen in his natural habitat. Less talk, more architecture. Even the Rolando Romero reference comes without ego. Just a reminder that boxing punishes habits, not personalities.
But, you know, again, we're both working to the same goal. You want to tighten the screws on the defense to where it's almost impenetrable. Okay? And then, you know, that's the first rule of order, is to get that defense tight. Because at the top of the game, these guys are offensively really accurate.
What really hits is how Joe refuses to live in the comment section. No internet boxing, no noise, just the gym, the craft, the lineage. Ryan's side feels built on momentum and mirrors. Goossen's side feels like blueprints and muscle memory. Two very different energies, neither accidental. This isn't a soap opera about betrayal. It's modern boxing chaos, colliding with old school boxing code. One side thrives on noise. The other thrives on structure. And when those philosophies meet on fight night, excuses disappear.
How hard you work on it, sometimes you just get caught in the wrong spot, you know, defensively.
You know,
To put a final cap on it, Marcus, is just that you try to limit the mistakes you make and limit the opportunities defensively that you give your opponent. You have to limit those to you know, zero if you can do.
Then, right after Joe wraps everything in discipline and structure, Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, jumps in and the tone shifts hard. Now, we're not talking blueprints. We're talking belief, memory, and unfinished business. The moment Henry brings up Ryan's amateur history with Shakur Stevenson, you realize boxing isn't just rounds and records to him. It's grudges that don't expire.
Do you feel like it would be hard to find sparring partners for a style like Mario Barrios?
No, not at all. I seen how he fights, you know, and it's nice. I mean, it's good. I respect all boxers, you know, but it's not gonna be hard to find sparring partners, you know. Just gotta have the same height, you know, as he is, and that's it. Just go from there. But Ryan's tall too, so it's gonna be nice.
Henry isn't downplaying Mario Barrios at all. If anything, he keeps circling preparation, height, pressure, and mental readiness. That tells you he knows Barrios isn't a walkthrough. When Henry says Ryan listens to him, that's not comedy, that's hierarchy. This is a father reminding you who has the final voice when everything else gets stripped away. No personal life excuses. Once the bell rings, none of that matters. That's a fighter line.
And now you have Barrios, you had Devin Haney too at 47. First things first, you know, we got to get through Barrios, and Barrios you know, he's just somebody you got to, you know, be well prepared for, you know.
In the comments here, did the divorce affect Ryan at all?
Did the what?
The divorce.
Well, he isn't divorced.
Okay.
He isn't divorced.
Then Andre Darrow comes in and shifts the conversation from belief to blueprint. And this is where it gets uncomfortable in a productive way. He's not attacking Ryan Garcia. He's dissecting him. When Andre calls Ryan a renegade, it fits. That's been Ryan's superpower and his problem. He trusts reflexes more than scripts. Against Mario Barrios, that's either fireworks or a long night.
Ryan does beat Barrios.
Do you think he beats? Do you think he beats him first?
If he does, it's gonna be because of his speed. He wasn't. Let me pause for a second. My 10%. I got time, probably. If he does beat him, it's gonna be because of his speed matched with his power, and he possibly puts Mario Barrios down. Right. My thing with Ryan is this, man. He never has a game plan. He promises the left hook. He's gonna give you the left hook. You never really see him set up shots. You see him more so just executing and then backing out and then executing again back.
Andre keeps pressing the same point. Speed and power win moments, but fundamentals win fights, especially against someone built to stay upright and ask questions late. Barrios isn't flashy. He's patient, disciplined, and understands pacing. Andre frames this as a true coin flip. If Ryan wins, something dramatic probably happens early. But if it doesn't, Barrios quietly stacks rounds in a way judges love and highlight reels ignore.
Well, he's sort of like a renegade when it comes to boxing, man. He's just gonna get in the ring. If you shoot, I'm shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's who Ryan is. I think Barrios is really solid in the fundamentals. Like, he's a fundamental boxer first, right? So that can get him past and lead him to winning this fight just off the fundamentals, man. So I don't really know. That's a 50-50.
Put all together and the picture gets clear fast. Ryan Garcia isn't drifting. He's stacking perspectives. Pressure lessons from Benavidez. Structure from the Barrios side through Goossen. Belief and emotional alignment from Henry. And Andre Dirrell standing outside the noise, reminding everyone that fundamentals still collect rent. Right in the middle sits Mario Barrios, calm, durable, and comfortable letting chaos burn itself out.
Anything that's has to do with marriage, whether it's an argument or a separation or, like you said, divorce, it's going to affect the boxer somewhat, you know, but a professional boxer should know that that's his job, what he has to do, and he's got to really put everything aside and just focus on what's at hand. And that's something that you don't want to use as an excuse to say, you know, the only thing that you could use for an excuse if something happened during training camp that still is carrying over the fight.
That's why this fight doesn't feel like hype anymore. It feels like a test. Speed and volatility versus patience and structure. Instinct versus repetition. No villains, no shortcuts. Just two philosophies colliding under bright lights. If Ryan finds balance, things can end fast. If Barrios gets time to settle, the fight quietly tilts. That's the danger. That's the edge. Drop your take in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to US Box Pro. We'll see you in the next one.